These funds that we have secured the return of so far are from the friends and family of James Ibori.
Political corruption, unfortunately, is a persistent phenomenon in Nigeria. Here's an unveiling of the top 10 Nigerian politicians with criminal past. On number 10, we have Madu and his wife.
You have each been convicted of conspiracy to commit an offence of human trafficking.
This is one of the many stories that shook Nigeria in 2022. Former Deputy Senate President Senator Madu and his wife Beatrice were arrested by the British police on June 23rd on allegations of human trafficking and organ harvesting that violated the country's Modern Slavery Act. The police authority had accused the lawmaker of conspiring to bring a child to the United Kingdom for organ harvesting, saying the victim is a 15-year-old boy. Madu, former Deputy Senate President, has however been sentenced to 9 years and 8 months in prison for organ trafficking, while his wife Beatrice was sentenced to 4 years and 6 months in jail. The sentencing was done at the Central Criminal Court, Old Bailey, UK. Recall the Madus were arrested by the London Metropolitan Police in June 2022.
This is the first conviction of its kind in the UK. We could not have achieved this without the courage of one person, our victim survivor.
At number 9 on our list is James Ibori.
These funds that we have secured the return of so far are from the friends and family of James Ibori.
Mr. James Ibori, former governor of Delta State, was convicted of money laundering in a British court. He was sentenced to 30 years in jail by a London judge for stealing government funds in Nigeria. Ibori was sentenced for at least stealing $250 million of public funds within the period he served as governor of Delta State, after pleading guilty to 10 counts of money laundering and conspiracy to defraud a Southwark Crown Court, London. Ibori was released from prison in December 2016 after a court order. He served only 4 years out of the 13 years he was sentenced to.
But for 8 years, he systematically looted and stole to fund a lifestyle of fast cars and luxury properties.
And number 8 is Lucky Ibenidio. Lucky Ibenidio was a former governor of Edo State and the first Nigerian ex-governor to be convicted of looting public funds. The EFCC charged him with 142 counts of corruption amounting to $24 million using front companies. Lucky entered a plea bargain with the commission in 2008 and refunded a fraction of the amount he was said to have embezzled and went home. In November 2021, he was also invited by the EFCC over alleged criminal diversion of public funds to the tune of 1.6 billion naira. And number 7 is Mr. Dede Alamia.
There is nobody in this country that understands the issues surrounding Alamia better than Mr. President. He was my deputy governor. Everything that happened, he knew about it.
Mr. Dede Alamia was an ex-governor of Bayelsa State. He was sentenced to 2 years in jail in 2007 on charges of corruption and money laundering. He served just days of his sentence after spending nearly 2 years in detention awaiting trial. Alamia was originally arrested in London in 2005, but he skipped bail and escaped back to Nigeria dressed as a woman. He was later impeached on the charges at home, and authorities made efforts to seize much of his British properties. He was reported to have died of cardiac arrest at the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital on the 10th of October 2015. At number 6 is Joshua Deriye. Joshua Deriye was a former governor of Plateau State. He also served as a senator in 2018. During his time as governor, he was arrested in London, England on 20th January 2004 with a large sum of money. He was accused of stealing about $9 million of public funds and money laundering. EFCC in 2007 preferred 23 counts of money laundering involving alleged diversion of about 1.126 billion naira Plateau State government's ecological funds against Deriye. An Abuja High Court in 2018 sentenced Deriye to 14 years imprisonment on the charges of criminal breach of trust and misappropriation of funds while he was the governor of Plateau State. In 2018, Deriye's 14-year sentence was reduced to 10 years. At number 5 is Adebayo Akala. In 2019, a former governor of Oyo State, Adebayo Akala, reportedly defected to the APC from the Action Democratic Party. The EFCC have leveled accusation of an 11.5 billion naira fraud case against Akala alongside Hosea Agbola, a former Oyo State Commissioner of Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters, and Femi Babalola, an Ibadan-based businessman. The trial faced 11 counts charges bordering on conspiracy, awarding contracts without budgetary provision, obtaining money by false pretenses, acquiring properties with money derived from illegal acts, and concealing its ownership. At number 4, we have Chief Bode George.
He has a choice to live anywhere he wants. If he decides to relocate tomorrow, that's his business.
In April 2005, Chief Bode George threatened court action over a newspaper allegation that an 85 billion naira scam was uncovered in the Nigerian Port Authority while he was the chairman of the NPA board. He described the allegation as senseless, baseless, and thoughtless. He was indicted by the EFCC when he was headed by Nuhu Ribadu on charges of fraud at the NPA. However, he was widely rumored to have been shielded from prosecution by President Olusegun Obasanjo. President Obasanjo dismissed the findings as inconclusive and ordered another investigation. The second EFCC report cleared Bode George. In March 2006, the Alliance of Democracy called on President Olusegun to prosecute the Deputy National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Bode George, and the board and management of the NPA over allegations of frivolous award of contracts worth 60 million naira. In August 2008, the EFCC under its new head, Farida Waziri, arrested Bode George in Lagos and regained him and 4 others on a 163-count charge of conspiracy, disobedience to lawful order, abuse of office, and alleged illegal award of contracts over 84 billion naira while he was chairman of the NPA. After the trial had started, the EFCC reduced the charge to 63 counts. In October 2009, Bode George was found guilty and sentenced to jail for 30 months. At number 3 is Senator Owusu Okalu.
The verdict is in, and former governor of Abia State, Owusu Okalu, has been sentenced to 12 years in prison.
Senator Owusu Okalu served as Abia State governor from May 29, 1999 to May 29, 2007. Okalu was convicted by the Lagos Division of the Federal High Court on Thursday, 5th of December 2019 and sentenced to 12 years in prison for 7.65 billion fraud. According to other multiple sentences ranging from 3 years to 5 years on 27 counts. Okalu was released from the custody of Nigerian Correctional Service (Kuje) on Wednesday, 3rd June 2020. On number 2 is Jolly Nyame. The erstwhile governor of Taraba State, Jolly Nyame, was also accused by the EFCC of defrauding his state over 1.7 billion naira. Nyame was a 3-term governor of the state, having first ruled between 1991 and 1993 before securing another 2 terms from 1999 to 2007. He pleaded guilty on all charges, and his counsel moved an application for his bail on the grounds that the offences were bailable in law. He was ordered remanded in prison custody by the court. The judge said that considering all the evidence before the court, there is a prima facie case against the former governor, adding that the offence relating to corruption attracts 14 years jail term and can therefore pass for a case that is serious in law. Number 1 on the list is Doyin Okupe. It was reported in August 2012 that Okupe and his companies were probed by the EFCC and accused of failing to execute road construction contract awarded to his company in 2004 by Benue State and in 2005 by Imo State. In July 2016, it was alleged that the 702 million naira of the embezzled $2 billion in the $2 billion arm deal, or Dasuki Gate, at the office of the National Security Advisor under the leadership of Colonel Sambo Dasuki was traced to Okupe by the EFCC. On 14 January 2019, the EFCC arraigned Okupe before a federal high court in Abuja on a 59-count charge bordering on alleged money laundering and diversion of funds to the tune of 702 million naira. He was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment for breach of the Money Laundering Act. He was, however, given an option of 500,000 fine on each of the count charges, for which he was found guilty, totally the sum of 13 million naira. Okupe swiftly paid the fine and avoided going to jail. So if you enjoyed the video, kindly hit the subscribe button and like, and click on the end screen on your left to watch the richest politicians in Nigeria.